welcome. A very huge welcome to every single one of you. I appreciate all of you taking time out of your Mondays to come and listen to what I have to present. And not just what I have to present, but what you guys can gain from this, right? This is a skill, right, that can be applied everywhere. This is a skill that you can apply not just in appointment setting, or not just in sales or in the coaching business or the info business, but this is something that's applicable in every area of life. I've seen me using sales when I'm talking to my mum. I've seen me using sales when I'm at the shop. I've seen me using sales all the time in every single conversation, and it gets you so far. If you think about it, most of us are Christians, right? Lift your hand up if you're a Christian. Beautiful. We have a room full of brothers and sisters. So if you look at Jesus, right? How many times have you seen, like, just lift your hand up if you've seen Jesus ask a question one time. All right, what question have you seen him ask?
When he asked the man that asked him if you're born again, how to be born again, and he said, what did Moses say and what does the scribe say?
Right, exactly. So you can see Jesus constantly asking questions. As he would teach, he would constantly ask questions. Even if you look at the serpent from Genesis chapter 3, the first thing that he said to Eve, it wasn't a statement. It wasn't what he wanted her to think. It was a question that prompted her to think what he wanted her to think, right? So God told Adam, what did God tell Adam about the tree of knowledge of good and evil? Or else you will die, exactly. And then Adam went and he ate of the fruit, Eve went and they ate of the fruit, and then the serpent came just before they had eaten of the fruit and said to Eve, did God surely say that if you eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you will die? So he didn't say God didn't tell you that. He said, did God really say that? So what he was trying to communicate is, you won't die if you eat from the tree. You won't die if you eat from it. But instead of saying that directly, he asked the question. Why do you think he did that? Manipulation, right. But you could also call it persuasion. You could also call it convincing. But when it comes to sales, that's the exact same thing we do. We ask questions to get them to think what we want them to think. And it's not in a bad way. We're doing it for their advantage. Because Jesus was applying the same principle that the serpent was. But he does it for our advantage, right? He asks people questions. So in this video and in this masterclass, what I'm going to break down is how you can make 5 to 10K a month through appointment setting, through high ticket sales, leveraging the skill of sales online to make money, okay? Lift your hand up if you've ever made money from the internet before. Oh, quite a few of us. Tell me, bro, how have you made money? Reselling. Okay, amazing. You said you have? Yeah? Tell me.
Music. I made music for my school.
Amazing. Next person.
Sales.
Sales, appointment setting, yourself?
Reselling and also TikTok.
Reselling and TikTok, okay. Who else?
Reselling and appointment setting.
Yeah.
Freelance marketing and trader.
Amazing. So we already have an idea that in order to make money online, you need to be someone of value. There needs to be some form of value exchange, something that you give of value to the other person in order for them to exchange the money that they have in their pocket for what you have. So this is where we leverage the skill of appointment setting. Now, what does this actually look like? So the role of appointment setting. This is a conversation that my appointment setter had. Now, I run a coaching business, so I help people who want to learn the skill of online sales and appointment setting to get started. And in order to teach them, in order to help them one-to-one, what I do is I charge them a premium price. So at the moment, I charge £3,000 for one person, right? So if 10 people join my program, how much money am I making a month?
Is it 30K?
30K, exactly. If 20 people join my program, how much am I making?
60K.
60K a month, right? And that's the beautiful thing about making money online. There's leverage. But I'm not the only one that's working in my business. I have an appointment setter, as I said. So this is literally a conversation that my appointment setter has had on my account, okay? Now, I'm going to read it out. Actually, Barnabas, you read out the conversation.
From back and forth.
You be the prospect, I'll read the blue part.
Hey Patrick, I hope your Christmas was blessed. I've had to think about your offer and I'd like to take it on. Would you still be happy to have me?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it. I'd suggest getting on a quick strategy call to see if you'd be a good fit and just tell you more about what I do to help. How does sometime this week sound?
Okay, that sounds great. I'm free tomorrow. Does that work?
Yeah, I'll send you over my calendar. You can book a call at whatever time and day suits you. Send the link. Now, what you've just seen is an example of someone who has a problem that needs solving, reaching out. And this has happened through content, right? All of you have seen my content. I've said, look, you have this problem. You as a Christian, you're working right now and you don't have a way to walk in your purpose. You don't have a way to fund that ministry that you want to fund. You don't have a way to do X, Y, Z. I just state their problems very clearly. And what do? They reach out to me, just as you saw over there. And then what happens next? So we've sent them a booking link to my calendar. And then this is what they're faced with. They see this, and this is a booking form. So before they get access to a one-to-one call with me, they fill out this form. They have to fill out their name, details about their life, or what they're doing currently, what position they're in, etc. But this right here is the key question. What is your current monthly revenue with your business? So let's say they select this one. How much does my program cost again? £3,000. So if my program costs £3,000, would it make sense for me to let this person book a call with me? Why not? They can't afford it. That's their total monthly income. Maybe they even make less than 3,000 and it's in dollars, right? So why would I let them book a call with me? Doesn't make sense. So this is a way to qualify them financially. That's what you do as an appointment setter. You make sure that the person that you speak to, the people you're having conversations with, are actually right for the product or service that your business owner has, that your mentor has, right? So once they filled out this form, for example, me, in my form, when they pick the lowest option, I have in brackets, it says don't book. Just so that they know, look, if you have less than this amount, don't book a call with me, there's an investment required. If they have more than that, then they get access to book with me. The next step, this is literally my calendar. You can see Tuesday, 6th of January, I have 4 calls. So these are people that have replied and they filled out a form saying, look, I have a certain amount to invest, and I've given them access to a one-to-one call with me. In a day, 4 calls. Let's say my close rate is 50%. Two out of 4 of those people will join my one-to-one program, and I stick £6,000, right? That's from the perspective of a coach, of the person who owns the business. But you as an appointment setter, you collect anywhere from 5 to 10% of that sale. So if the business owner is making 100K a month, for example, which is very possible, it's very doable. There's plenty of people in London, in your area, from places that you grew up, making those amounts of money. And if you're making 5 to 10% of that, how much is that? 5 to 10K. Very simple. Exchange of value. You go down. The closer gets on the call, they purchase the deal, and then you would take a 5 to 10% commission of the total revenue. That's it. Business owner that teaches something, that has a product or service, you as an appointment setter, you have time on your hands, even if it's a bit of time after work, you get access to their account and you say, hey, I can handle your DMs. I know you have 100,000 followers. I know you don't have the time to respond to all of these people. I'll do the outreach for you. I'll respond to all of these interested people for you. And now when they purchase and they pay £3,000, they pay £6,000, they pay £10,000, you get a commission every single time someone buys. Isn't that amazing? All right? Now, that's how appointment setting works, if I was to break it down very simply. Now, positioning. Positioning is basically the thing that I'm going to be talking about most today. Positioning is the most important thing. I would say my appointment setter right now, he's at a bit of a loss. He's at a bit of a loss because my program only costs £3,000. It doesn't cost 10K. It doesn't cost 6K. It doesn't cost 20K. Because his commission would be way bigger, would be way better if I was charging that amount. That's the importance of positioning. If you can land a role with a business owner that charges £12,000 or £20,000 or £15,000 or £10,000, your commission, even if it's a 5 or 10% commission, you can live off that. You can live off it very comfortably. So this is what that looks like, okay? Positioning is your frame, your market, and the ticket. So your frame is how the setter, which is you, or the business, is perceived by prospects, people who are interested. The market is who the business is serving, right? So let's say I have a B2B company. You guys know what B2B means? Who knows what B2B means? Business to business. It's a business that has a product or service that helps another business. So the market would be another business owner. Let's say I have a marketing agency and I help construction business owners get more clients for their construction business. My model is a B2B model and I serve construction business owners. The ticket is the price of the offer. So let's say for £5,000, I help these construction business owners and I build out their whole systems. Right? Let's say they do it the traditional way. Maybe they post some stuff on Facebook and that's how they get clients. I come in, I help them run ads, I do all their content, I run all their systems, I help them implement some AI receptionists, all of that, and I charge them £5,000. That's the ticket of my offer. So ideally, we want to get to a place like this, for example. This is a screenshot I've taken from another coaching business owner. His name is Su Wei. Maybe you've seen him, maybe you haven't. But as you can see there, on the top right, it says cash collected. It says 223,947. So in the past month, this guy collected 224,000. And you can see right here, it says setter's commission. So this guy's appointment setter made $10,000. Why? Because he was able to generate 224,000. Do you see the power of working with someone who has a high income? You can see the average cash collected, which means every single time this guy gets on a call, the average that he takes from any person is 5,000. He won't get on a call and take less than that. On average, that's how much he will collect. That's the power of positioning yourself correctly with someone that has a high income, a high ticket price. You can make way more as an appointment setter or as a closer. And you can see the numbers right here. So let's say this business owner charges £6,000 to £12,000 for their product or service. If they close 15 deals a month at those prices, that means that you can get £4,500 to £9,000 a month at just 5%. Just 5% of what that person makes, and you can make £4,500 to £9,000. 10%. Let's say you're a really well-paid appointment setter. Let's say this guy loves you, he pays you an extra 5% on top of the industry standard. Or let's say you're a closer. You're the person that's actually getting on the calls and you're applying the exact same sales principles, but you're just speaking to the person one-to-one. You're speaking to the prospect and taking payment. You can get 10% for that, £9,000 to £18,000 a month. Just 5 to 10% of what they make. And this is all real. This is not make-believe. This guy is in London right now. This is literally a university student. He's doing this part-time. He works 5 hours a day. So who's to say you guys can't do that? There's some of you who, maybe you're in uni, you don't really take it seriously. Maybe you're in uni, you don't see the point of it, you don't see it helping you in any way. The only reason this guy is still in uni and he hasn't left is because he doesn't want to disappoint his parents. I'm sure some of you can relate to that as well. But he stayed, he's still getting his degree, and he's making 200K plus a month. Every single one of you can do the exact same thing, or at least do what his setter is doing. At least. So leverage is the byproduct of positioning. This guy, his setter, he's making $10,000 a month. This guy's not doing any more work than your average appointment setter. But does your average appointment setter make nine grand a month? Gabriel, tell me. Well, if you were to estimate, how much does the average appointment setter make? 3, bro, even less than that, bro. 90% of appointment setters that are on horrible offers. Offers that are really low, right? They're not consistent. The fulfillment of the business isn't there, so it's not on a reliable basis. So the average appointment setter is making maybe 2K, 1K a month. So what has this guy done different? Is he a harder worker? Maybe, maybe not. But the point where he has an advantage is he's next to this guy. He's in this guy's business. That's the point of positioning. So when you can position yourself correctly, that's where leverage comes from. Same or less effort, same skill, more commissions, and more fulfillment. That's how it works. Okay? Now let's have a look over here. So what are the traps that most appointment setters fall into? Number 1, low ticket illusion. So people think, look, I'll start low ticket just to get experience and I'll do a bunch of volume, and the standards are low. All right. Now, I think Gabriel, tell me, bro, about your first offer. I think it was with a guy whose name starts with R.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, bro.
Yeah, so I was on a cold calling offer. I was dialing obviously, but the guy he was willing to take us on immediately, but it was commission based only, and his ticket price was low. His fulfillment wasn't set up very well, and obviously that led to, that's why he was willing to take people on immediately, because his systems weren't set up to the highest standards. So.
100%. There you go. So it was a low standard business, right? You didn't really have too many filters on, okay, this is who I'm open to working with. This is the type of business owner that I want to have. Be honest, did you have this kind of mindset at the start? Did you have the kind of low ticket mindset at the start where like, I just want to get experience type of thing?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm sure there's some other people that can relate to that too. But you need to set your standards high. That's the truth. If you want to get far in this appointment setting thing, it's either you work with someone who you know has extreme potential, which is very, very risky, or you go for the safer route. You work with someone who is established, someone who is making multi-5, multi-6 figures a month, and it's guaranteed. The second trap that people fall into is that effort equals income. Effort does not equal income at all. It's your environment that decides your outcome. It's how you position yourself. Because I guarantee you that the amount of work that this guy's putting in to make that $9,000 a month, there's someone who's making $2,000 a month that's doing more than him. 1,000,000%. So why can this guy make £10,000? Why can this guy make £9,000? It's his environment. He's around the right people. He knows how to position himself. So that's what we're going to go through. We're going to teach you how to position yourself with these high income people, with these high ticket businesses that charge crazy amounts, right? So you can make good commissions. The third trap is skill worship. They say, oh, I need better scripts, or I need more training. But skill without leverage is capped income. It's the same principle as before. So even though you have the skill, even though you have the work ethic, even though you're willing to put in more work than anyone else, if you're not positioning yourself correctly with the right people and you don't have leverage as a result of that, your income is capped. It's as simple as that. The fourth trap is saying yes to everyone. Again, no filters. You're desperate. You're needy when you're doing outreach. You're saying, hey, can I please land a role? Hey, I'd love to be an appointment setter. Hey, this is why I'm so good. And this is why you should take me onto your team. You sound desperate. You sound needy. Who wants to work with someone like that? Imagine you're getting 100 messages a day. Gabriel, bro, I need some money, bro. Gabriel, bro, I beg you, just send me like £10, bro. And 100 people, yeah, are sending you this message every single day. Are you going to be surprised when the next person on a random Thursday sends you, oh, bro, send me £20? Nah, bro. And business owners are getting messages like that all the time. So why do you expect them to be surprised? Why do you expect them to now open your message and be like, yeah, join my team. I see you providing value. Not at all. It's impossible. The next part is patience coping. So people will tell themselves this all the time, and it's not only in the realm of appointment setting, right? But it's in every single industry you can think of. Oh, it takes time, or I'm building, or yeah, I just need to be patient. It's going to work out at some point. Do you guys agree with me? Just lift your hand up if you agree that your mindset and your approach determines the outcome that you get. Okay, cool. Now lift your hand up, okay, if on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're nowhere near where you want to be, you're not near your desired outcome, 10 being you wouldn't change a thing at all in your life. Everything is perfect. Lift your hand up if your rating on that scale would be above a 7. So what does that tell us? Every single person here needs a change in their approach and their mindset. So if these things have been your mindset, that means you need to change them. If this is what you've been telling yourself, oh, I'm building, it takes time, or I just need to take it slow, or it's okay if another year passes, if another week passes, if another day passes. Gabriel just started posting content. And he told me yesterday, oh, bro, you know, I'm going to take content serious. By the end of the month, I need to post something. I told him, what? By the end of the month, bro? Are you all right, bro? Post by the end of tonight. As soon as you jump off this call, post something. I told him tomorrow isn't promised. Who's promised you're going to wake up tomorrow, bro? No one has promised you that. No one at all has promised you that. So this mindset that, oh, it takes time. Yes, things take time. But when you're not changing your mindset, when you're not changing your approach, you're doing the same thing you've been doing for the past year, bruv. Does anyone want their 2025 to be replicated this year? I know I don't. You don't either. There you go. The next trap is noise over proximity. So many of us fall into this trap where we're just watching bare motivational content. We're just watching this guy's video, that guy's video. Maybe this business model is better. Maybe drop shipping, or maybe this, or maybe, bro. Content is good for just a bit of direction. But most people's aim when they're making videos, even this video, I'll be completely transparent, is to sell you. That's it. Even the video you're watching right now is to sell you. I want you to buy my program. Do you know why? Do you know why I'm standing here? Do you know why I've rented out this place and there's a bunch of people sitting here? It's because I want to help you. I genuinely want to help you to get to the result you're looking for. But when you're watching content and you're not actually taking action, right? Content is just supposed to put you on a general path, on a general direction. It's not meant to take you there. Content is not your legs. Content is not your arms. It's not your feet. It's not your fingers. It's not your mind. It's just a general pathfinder. That's it. So once you know what general path you're on, right? Whether that's sales, appointment setting, trading, whatever it is, that's when you now start taking action. That's when you start investing into yourself. That's when you start building skill. And that's how you gain progress, okay? So get mentorship, find positioning. Every single opportunity that has come to me has come through people. Can you agree?
People.
Yeah, people, yeah. Every opportunity that has come to me has come through people. The way Silas joined my one-to-one program was because he hosts Bible study calls almost every day, if I'm not mistaken, or a couple times a week.
Couple days a week, if I can.
Couple days a week. So he started it with the intention just to help people get closer to God, right?
Yeah.
And then I joined one of these calls and he said, yo, Patrick, or did I reach out first?
Well, I put a prayer request in the chat, just that God would open an opportunity for a job.
There we go. He put a prayer request in the chat that God would open an opportunity for a job. Now, I've been in his chat for so long, I just haven't said anything. And I saw that pop up, and I'm like, yo, this is a young guy. Let me take him on. He's a Christian. I see myself in him. He's running a Bible study group. I used to do the same thing. Let me put him on. People are going to think the exact same thing about you if you're actually doing something, if you're actually going out your way to serve people. If he didn't have that Bible study group, this guy would not be at this table, bro. He would not be here. So start taking action, start doing something, start investing into yourself, start positioning yourself in the right places. Even if you're not sure how to start, just do what you know to do. Everyone has some sort of conviction. Everyone has a general idea of what the next best step is. So just do it and move forward, all right? Now, skill. How is skill gained? Lift your hand up if you have an idea on how you're supposed to gain skill in anything.
Through practice.
Practice, okay.
Repetition.
Yeah, go ahead. Harry.
Through mentorship or through, as you said, practice, finding something that you want to learn.
Yeah. So why would you say that mentorship helps you gain skill?
Because it's part of the skill process, finding someone that's done something that you want to do, and obviously them teaching you that path and that blueprint.
100%. 100%. So that you can like skip the mistakes that they made. Anyone else?
I think just what he said. I think mentorship kind of refines what you need to learn. Skill to get the skill. I think consistency as well.
Yeah, most definitely. Any other things that people would add to that?
Belief in yourself, self-belief.
Okay, tell me more.
To sort out what's going on in your head and then decide to choose better, more positive words.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
a great way to start the day and then to pump yourself up to move forward.
100%.
And
Okay,
ask for guidance from God
yeah.
and receive it.
So like priming your mindset and your character to actually do the thing. 100%. Yeah, so I agree. Mentorship and repetition and skipping other people's mistakes, I think is the best way to learn. And it's biblical, right? You know, King David was about to pass away, and now King Solomon, his son, was about to become king. And it says that Solomon followed all the statutes of David, his father. Why? Because David had been king before, and Solomon was just about to be king. Solomon's like, yo, I'm just a little kid, bro. I don't know how to do this thing. So let me follow the statutes of my father David, who's been king, who's been successful at being king. Let me just do what he did. And Solomon, there was no wars when Solomon was king. Solomon became the richest, the greatest. Everyone knows Solomon. Even if you ask an atheist on the street, yo, who's King Solomon? They know him. And it's because he followed the statutes of his father David. It says that Solomon loved the Lord, just like David did. So mentorship is very important when it comes to skill. And just like you said, Barnabas, bro, implementation, doing the thing. Is anyone good at football when they come out the womb? Is anyone good at, I don't know, bruv. Why is sniping coming to mind? Is anyone good at sniping when they come out the womb? No one's good at anything when they come out the womb. No one has a good skill when they come out the womb. What is skill gained by? It's by doing the thing and failing and failing and failing. Start chasing failure. The whole thing about gym, who knows the phrase, are you going to a failure type of thing in the gym? You need to go to a failure if you want to build muscle. You're literally chasing failure. Why can't we have that same mindset everywhere else? Why are you scared to fail outside of the gym? But in the gym, you're chasing failure. We need to chase failure. And it's the same thing with sales. When I got into sales for the first time and I started actually trying to get people to buy whatever product or service I was offering, I started chasing no's. I said, okay, cool. So many people are saying no. Let me just get 10 more no's. Let me just get 20 no's. Let me just get 30 people to say no to me. There's a guy called Myron Golden. And when he started raising his prices, he was literally telling himself, okay, look, I just offered this thing at about $600 and 20 people bought it. What if I just raise my price to a point where no one wants to buy it? So he's like, okay, what's the price when no one was going to buy it? Let's say $6,000. No one, surely no one's going to buy it at $6,000. He gets on stage, he presents the offer, $6,000. 10 people buy it. Next time, he gets on stage and he's like, okay, now, no one's going to buy it at this price, yeah? He raises his price again to, I don't know the exact figure, $12,000. A bunch of people buy it again. He was literally chasing a no and he got a yes. Everything is reversed in the kingdom. In the kingdom, it says the first shall become the last and the last shall become the first. Everything's inverted. Just do everything opposite to what you've been taught. Because the world will teach you to approach things in a certain way. The world will teach you to think before you act. The world will teach you to analyze before you move forward. Imagine Moses was at the Red Sea. He took the staff. God's like, put the staff down. Deep it, there's millions of Jews behind him. 3 million Jews, 2 million Jews. And the Egyptians are chasing them. They're about to kill them. And now they're stuck at a sea. God says, put the rod down. Imagine he stood there and he's like, hold on, let me just do some maths quick. And let me just realize how hard I have to put the rod down, where exactly I need to place it, the metaphysics of how I can just split open the water. Nah, it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked because it doesn't take logic. With the kingdom, you need to do the exact opposite of what you've been taught to do. And that's how you gain skill. If you do that on a consistent basis, especially in appointment setting, you start chasing no's. You start doing the opposite of what other people are doing. You're going to see success. And one thing that I want to touch on is that when God created the heavens and the earth, that was in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. It says, God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. So when God creates something, is it not perfect? God's creation is perfect, right? So God created the heavens and the earth. But then the next phrase after that says, but the earth was without form and void and darkness. What do you mean darkness? And it was without form and there was destruction and all of these things. How? When God created the heavens and the earth. Is because disruption always follows intention. Every time you become intentional about something, disruption will always come. Who here has ever started a fast and all of a sudden some mad food is coming around the house? Lift your hand up if that's ever happened. Yeah, exactly. I've had that all the time because disruption always follows intention. As soon as you start getting intentional about something, you'll see this thing pops up, that thing pops up. Believe it or not, a guy got in a car crash on the way here. He was supposed to be at this table. Disruption always follows intention. He was supposed to hear something that could impact him today. He was supposed to receive something today. He was supposed to be encouraged, lifted up, like maybe he's in a bad situation, got in a car crash. So when disruption comes, when you start being intentional about changing your life and having more impact and gaining new skills, and your parents are coming and they're like, why are you so focused on this thing? Why are you so obsessed? Why are you doing this? My parents question me about this whole thing. But I'm still here doing it because I know that every time there's a disruption, it's a sign that I'm doing the right thing. It's a sign that I'm being more intentional, right? So embrace it. Any questions? Any questions whatsoever? About skill, about positioning?
The positioning, so, well, you know you're going to teach us that in a minute, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's part of our outreach, isn't it, to work out to position ourselves.
Correct. Okay, cool. Any questions? Any questions about appointment setting? Does everyone understand how appointment setting works or what it is, or is there some clarity that needs to be?
Do you mind if I just ask about what percent, the closer, is that mainly the business owner, or do we not even have to worry about that?
Yeah, no, the closer is the person who will actually get on a call. So that can be the business owner,
Yeah.
but it can also be another person that the business owner hires
Yeah.
to actually just get on the calls and take payment and things like that.
Would we have any contact with them? Is it to our advantage to have a meeting with them, or to not worry about it? Just go
100%. I mean, the appointment setter always needs to be talking to the closer because the appointment setter starts the sales process. You know, even if we go deeper, the content starts the sales process, right? So as soon as they see the person's content, now questions are coming up in their mind, like, is this legit? Can I trust this guy? Sales process is started already. And now you as an appointment setter are like the second step of that sales process. Now they have a one-to-one interaction with the person that they think they're talking to. Now they see if they can trust them. Now they're asking a few questions. And the closer is probably like the third step or the last step of that sales process. So you need to be feeding information to the closer about the prospect, saying, okay, this person has this trust issue, they've had this experience, maybe this has went wrong in the past, etc.
So in practice, is that just like, letting them know, type on what?
Yeah, in practice, that just looks like team strategy calls.
Yeah.
So these businesses will have either daily or bi-weekly calls where they just get together and they strategize and they, feed each other information. Amazing. Cool. So the next step is outreach. So now we're getting into the very practical stuff. Okay. Here's how to not do outreach. Now let me break down what outreach is in the first place. So outreach, the point of it is you're reaching out to business owners online, these agency owners, coaching business owners. Why? Because you want to be an appointment setter for them. You want to be a closer for them. Now there's a good way to do outreach and a bad way to do outreach. 99% of people take the bad way to do it because that's just, they haven't been taught properly. They haven't found any better information. Or they're just lazy. A lot of time they know the right thing to do, but they just can't be bothered, okay? Now, these are outreaches that people have tried to do to me. So these are literal screenshots that I've taken today. You can see the dates of all of them, and let's just read through them, okay? Who has a nice voice? Harry, I want you to read this one here.
Hey Patrick, I believe I'd be a great asset toward your team. Would you be opposed to hiring a commission-based setup? Just checking you got my message.
Okay. Share your thoughts. Anyone's open to speak, go ahead. What do you think of this? Is it good? Is it bad? What's good? What's bad? Go.
Well, there's nothing really to make me believe that I believe what he's saying.
Okay.
He hasn't made any kind of reaching out. Why would I want to buy off him? He hasn't told me anything about himself or
Right.
At all. So he's not told me that he's a good
Right,
appointment setter because he hasn't been one with the initial.
Exactly. He's not practicing what he's preaching.
Yeah.
Right? Anyone else?
When I was running my marketing agency, people would pop up with balloon videos where they would have different type of thing. This is very bland to me, to be fair.
Yeah. So what was different when you were getting the Loom videos, those personalized videos? What was different about it?
And you can see that they've actually made an effort to do something more than just send out a text that could be copy and pasted from another.
Exactly. So business owners see this all the time, and he just copy and pasted it, just slapped my name in there, and just called it a day. And then a couple of days later, he followed up. This is good. This is really good. The fact that he followed up, it just shows you a little bit like, okay, this guy does care. This guy is looking whether I've opened his message and whatnot. This is good. You can do this. But how he reached out, the way he did it, it wasn't effective. Why? Because he's not practicing what he's preaching. He's saying he's a good appointment setter, but he's not appointment setting good for himself. If you're in my business and you're sending my prospects this, they're not going to open it either. So how about you make me open your message first, and then you can show me that my prospects will open the message when I reach out to them. Does that make sense? Amazing. Let's look at the next one. Barnabas, go ahead.
Hey Patrick, my name is Camille. I'm a phone and DM setter who handles cold and warm calls, qualifies leads, consistently books appointments for closes. I'm a fast learner, focused on results, and if you're open to it, I'd love to show you what I can do and set up a quick interview to see if we're a good fit. Let me know if you're interested.
Cool. Share thoughts. What do you guys think of this? What's better? What's worse? What's good? What's bad?
Lullaby.
Go ahead.
There's more substance to it. Like he's given details. He actually seems interested.
Okay, cool. So what more did he add? Like you said, more details.
So on the other one, they just said they're a good appointment setter, and they just they sort of waited for or assumed a response, and then we're probably going to explain more. But here it was concise, and they mentioned everything that they needed to mention.
Fair. Any other thoughts? No?
Yeah, just like you said, I think it's very specific.
Okay, cool. So it's a bit more specific. They said they're a fast learner, focused on results. Anyone think that this is good or bad? Yeah.
I really don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know if it's too much. But something I did notice was like at the end, the person said, I felt like the person took initiative to be like, we'll set up a quick interview. So they already gave you the next step as well. I think that's very proactive.
That's very good. That's very good. Yeah, so we can definitely take that aspect of it in terms of letting them know what the next logical step would be. But there's even a more effective way to do that. Because you're just saying, okay, let's set up a quick interview. But have you helped initiate that somehow? Have you even made a link so that I don't have to do the work? You're the one reaching out to me. You do the work, and then let me just join and see if we're a good fit. But you're just saying, let's set up an interview. You're giving me the responsibility. You're the one that reached out to me, bro. You understand? And yeah, let's look at this one here as well. I'm going to read this one. What's good, brother Patrick? Wanted to pop in and say that I admire what you're doing, both with business and ministry. Curious, what's the vision with both, and how are you planning to combine them? A day later, he says, bumping this up. And then 6 days later, he says, hey, Patrick, probably haven't landed in your primary inbox yet. Curious, which offers are you connected to? Now, I'll quickly say what's good and bad about this. Number one, he's followed up multiple times. This is great. It just doubles the intent. It shows that, look, this guy's serious. He wants me to open his message. He will follow up with my prospects the same way. That's what I want. He included something personal about me and what's different about me. So he didn't just copy and paste and slap my name in there. But he says, look, you're doing business and ministry. What's the vision? Tell me about what you're doing. He's getting me to talk about myself. That's decent. But there's still improvements to be made. And I'll go into what exactly you need to do. Okay? This one. Yo, what's up? I help coaches plus online entrepreneurs turn their audience into buyers with short, high converting email sequences. I'm curious. Are you currently running an email for your offer or launches? This is terrible. Yo, what's up? No personalization. He just vaguely describes what he's doing. And he asked me some ChatGPT question. Dead. Terrible. So these are what they didn't do well. ChatGPT, very clear that they're just using some AI generated type of appointment setting script. They're all copy and paste in the same message, majority of them. No personalization, except for the one guy that slightly did that. No human touch and transparency. With AI, no one trusts anyone, bro. Everyone's using AI now. Now, if you even see a video of something funny, you're like, bro, is this AI? You can't trust anything and anyone. So how do you build trust then? It's by avoiding perfection. Stop trying to look perfect. Stop trying to be polished. Show that you're human by making mistakes, by stuttering, by doing these little things that show like, oh, this isn't AI generated. This isn't copy and pasted. This isn't made by AI. Even if you misspell something, like misspell on purpose, that's the kind of lengths we have to go to now with AI. Not applying the skills they claim to have. It's just like you said, right? they're saying they'll be a good appointment setter for me, but can I see that? No. Are my prospects going to open their message if they're doing the same thing they did to me? No, bro, because they're not creating curiosity, and they're just not making me open a message either. And they're telling me instead of showing. Now, here's how you do it properly, okay? This is how you master outreach. Number one, make it completely organic, so no use of AI. Don't ask AI to give you some automated scripts. Hey, ChatGPT, tell me how to reach out to these businesses. Hey, ChatGPT, here's a screenshot of his profile. Tell me what to say. None of that. Do it all from your brain. Your brain is sufficient. It works. You're alive. Use it. All right? Genuinely, only reach out to people you genuinely want to work with. The reason we do this is because we want to not just come across as genuine, but we want to be genuine. The Bible tells about this all the time. It says when you give out of generosity, give out of love, not out of obligation. So what is that telling us? It's telling us that every single thing that we do, we need to do it with a pure intention, with a genuine heart. It even says that whatsoever you do, whether you eat or drink, do it for the glory of God. That means that what you're doing here with appointment setting is not separate from God. God is still watching you. God is still with you. So that means you need to act as if there's a crowd of witnesses watching me do this appointment setting thing. Let me impress them. Let me show them that I'm doing this genuinely. Let me show them that, look, I actually care about providing value. So that's why you reach out to people you genuinely want to work with, not just anyone. Selfie format video outreach. This is the biggest one. I've told people in the past, it's sufficient if you do like voice messages. I've removed that. I was going to include that. I've removed it. Because if you show your face and they hear your voice, there's like 3-dimensional levels of trust now. It's not just what you're saying. It's your face and it's your voice. You're just adding more layers. If you want to remove the likelihood that they trust you, send a voice note. That's fine. You can be 2D. I want to be 3D. I'm going to send a voice note and a video, and I'm going to follow up. I'm going to send them a GIF. If they don't reply to me, I'm going to make them laugh. I don't care. I'm going to be multi-dimensional. Because that's what no one else is doing. Selfie format video outreach. I can show you what that looks like. So practically, I'm going to record this right now and send it to the group that you guys are in. Give me an idea for a business owner. What does he do? What's his service? Whatever, just tell me. Fitness.
Older men improve their fitness and mobility.
Amazing. Give me an idea of some video that he posted.
If you have trouble playing with your son, things like football, you have back pain, reach out to this and send me the word fitness.
Amazing. All right, cool. What's his name?
Daniel.
Daniel, brother, I hope you're doing good. I've literally just stopped my whole mastermind for this. There's a bunch of people waiting right now. I'm really sorry if I'm disturbing you, but I just saw your video helping older men literally just connect with their sons and whatnot more. It really touched me. As an appointment setter, I think I could genuinely help you in your business because I've been training B2B and B2C sales. So, you know, whether you're working with business owners or whether you're helping just regular people that work 9 to 5s, I know how to engage them. You know, I know how to get them to open your message because I've been able to do that with you since you're watching this video. And I'm more than happy to just jump on a call and see if I can actually help you out. If you're ready, just send me a thumbs up and I'll send you a meeting link. See you soon. What did I do well?
I think you sold yourself very good.
How did I do that?
Enthusiasm, visuals, your speech was like you delivered as well. You weren't thinking about what to say.
Yeah.
You showed him rather than just told him what you could do. You were it.
Right, exactly. And I even turned around and I said, look, I've interrupted X, Y, Z. Show your surroundings. Stop just being some loner in a room. Hey, I've just set up a tripod to speak to you, please reply. No, like actually be a normal human. Go outside to do the outreach. Be like, look, I've just grabbed a coffee, look, it's a latte, whatever. AI won't do that. AI won't be that weird and unique and random. So be random, be human. Show your quirkiness, bruv. If you're loose, just loosen up, like do some vocal exercises before you do it, just so you can be natural and human. Go out to a coffee shop, go on a walk, go take your dog for a walk, whatever. Be like, hey, this is my dog, Katie. By the way, I'm an appointment setter. Anything to make you stand out, right? And that's so important because no one here did that. Do you see how vague and AI generated and how repetitive it is? hey, what's good, bro? Hey, yo, bro, I'm an appointment setter, bro. Take me on, bro. Are you opposed? Shut up, please. You see how I came to the jacket multiple times and I was just moving around? Even that's intentional. Because imagine like I was just doing this. Hi, John. I'm an appointment setter, and I'm just standing by the wall. But when I'm moving around, I'm showing that I'm doing stuff like, yo, John, yeah, I'm just walking around. I'm an appointment setter. I'm confident, blah, blah, blah. Sells them. So even if you stutter or make a mistake, it's fine. Like, it's an advantage. AI won't stutter. AI won't make a mistake. So when you're stuttering, it's like, yo, this guy's human. It's kind of funny. Like, yo, this guy's trying hard. You get it? And be honest, what made them stand out? You see how I mentioned this video? I said it touched me. What made them stand out? If nothing made them stand out, then don't reach out, bro, because that's not a guy you want to work with. You're not interested in working with the guy if he didn't stand out. It goes back to this point here. Only reach out to people you genuinely want to work with. Because what's the point of reaching out to someone you don't want to work with? Let's say he takes you on and you hate the guy. Then what? Are you going to put in the work? Are you going to get the results? No. Reach out to people you actually want to work with and indirectly build authority. How did I do that? Does anyone know how I did? Oh yeah, sorry, ask a question. Go.
Yeah, so when you say like work with people who genuinely stand out to you, do you mean like the quality of the offer and the content as well, or just the person? Like,
both. I mean, the content says a lot about the person, right? You're in this room right now. What stood out to you about my content, or my page, or me as a person?
Probably like the fact that you made it to do with the kingdom, like you added that element to it.
There we go. So just be honest. Like if you were doing outreach to me, you could say, hey Patrick, I love how you involve the kingdom in everything you do.
Yeah.
I'd love to work with you. That's it. Any other questions? Cool. Indirectly build authority. How do you guys think I did that from the video I recorded?
You told him about how you paused the masterclass and then you showed him.
Yeah, 100%. Any other way I did that?
You said something about if you want to get an appointment, I'll send you the link. So I'll see you soon.
Yeah. So assuming that the guy's already gonna go for it.
You kind of closed him on the
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the interview.
Yeah, I like the thumbs up as well. Kind of call to action. Send me a thumbs up.
There we go. It goes back to what we said earlier. Taking initiative. Send me a thumbs up. You have to think about, okay, how do I do a thumbs up? Very quick. Everyone knows how to do a thumbs up. Even my dad knows how to do a thumbs up. They'll do a thumbs up. They get a meeting link and they're on a call. They don't have to do no thinking, no going out of their day to do something. Very quick. All right. Another way I indirectly built authority is I said, look, I've been trained in B2B and B2C sales, meaning regardless of whether your prospects are just 9-to-5ers or business owners, I can make them open your message because I've done it for you. You're watching this video. So I've showed them instead of telling them. And I built authority saying, look, I can help whatever your prospects are. Whether they're B2C, business to customer, or business to business, I can get anyone to open a message. I'll do whatever it takes. And look, I just did it. That's how you do it. You build authority. Now, when it comes to interviews, okay? So once they actually reply to what you've said, and they open your message, they watch your video, they send you the thumbs up, you send them a booking link, and now you're on a call with them. What do you actually do? Any ideas? Gabriel, you've done an interview before.
Oh yeah, I did.
Cool. So what do you do on an interview?
I think just be natural and be confident.
Be natural and be confident. Okay. Cool. How do you do that?
Well, for my interview, I was literally just on the phone, and they were asking me how soon would I be able to do it. And I was like, right now, let's start right now. And then obviously, like they saw that I was willing to do it because the last guy, funny enough, that they were working with, he said we would be willing to start on the same day, but he actually wasn't. He was just doing it so he could get the offer. So the whole day he didn't do any work, and they fired him. Yeah, just like you said about taking action.
Urgency then. Urgency. 100%. So showing them that you're ready, showing them that you're quick, showing them that you're not a time waster. Urgency. Even when they reply, don't take hours to reply. I don't care if you're on the toilet, reply, bro. reply. Show them that you're quick, because these business owners, they don't want time wasters. If you're wasting time replying to their message, why would they want you in their business? It doesn't make any sense. If you take 10 hours to reply to me and it's the opportunities for you, you're gaining from this. I have to give you 5% of my money and you take 10 hours to reply. Allow it, bro. I'm not working with you. Leave me alone. Urgency. Another thing on the interview, you said be confident. A way to be confident is by doing what? How do you be confident? What does that mean? Body language, okay, tell me.
If you're I was in a really good, but if you're in a really good, obviously, setting up straight, using your hands, like just, I don't really know how to explain it practically, but
Okay. Remember our first call?
yeah.
What did I tell you on the first call? You remember?
You're like, can I make a suggestion? And I was like, yeah. And you told me how about I was working on my chair, because it's got wheels on it. I was working on my chair during our first one-to-one.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, bro, I see you're moving around a lot, you're fiddling a bit. Like, listen, bro, if you want to come across as confident, if you want to be taken seriously, you need to stand still. You need to show that you're capable to be in silence, you're capable to just stand without moving, without twiddling, and it shows you have authority. It shows you're comfortable, you're confident, you're secure. So you need to come across as someone that, if they see this guy, like, would I want this guy in my business? Because this guy's a representation of me right now. If I take him on as my appointment setter or my closer, people are looking at this guy like, yo, Patrick wants to work with this guy. So ask yourself, am I presenting myself like someone that I'd want to take on if I'm a business owner? And if that's a no, bro, there's serious work you need to do. There's serious work you need to do, especially when it comes down to things like speech. You need to vary your speed. You need to vary your tone. You need to be able to sit in silence, but then also when it comes to your turn to speak, move around. You see how I've been taking up space this whole time? I went over there, I went over here, I've been using my arms, I've been standing still. It's because I've forced myself to learn confidence. I used to be the shyest person ever. I used to be shy, I used to stand still, I used to be afraid of big crowds. But when I'm in the right scenario and I create the right environment, I'm able to portray confidence, even if I'm not confident. Even if I don't feel strong, even if I'm anxious. I was anxious starting this. It took like 20 minutes to set up the laptop. I'm like, yo, what's going on, bro? Like, people are turning up late. There's 2 people who are still like 30 minutes away. But why can I be so confident? It's because I forced myself to do it. Right? So it's the same thing. When you get on an interview, bro, your heart's going to be beating. Your heart's going to be beating out your chest. You're going to feel unqualified. You're going to be like, yo, I don't even know if this guy's going to pick me. Like, yo, I don't know if I deserve this. Like, I can't believe this is happening. Use it. There's a person that says that anxiety is just like a form of excitement. Even in science, they say that energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. Right? So if there's any form of energy, even if you think it's negative, like that nervous feeling, just transfer it into excitement. Just convince yourself, look, I'm excited. That's why my body's reacting like this. I'm excited for what God is doing. I'm excited that I'm in this room. I'm excited as there's a bunch of people waiting for me to speak. If you look at some of these points, bro, there's nothing added to this. There's nothing added to this. Why? Because I didn't do it on time. That's me being honest. But why? I've still winged it. Because I've done the repetition in the dark when no one was watching, so I know how to do interviews. Prove to yourself. You guys know David, right? Who's the giant that he killed? What's his name? Goliath. Now, before he killed Goliath, there was a king who was king at the time. His name was Saul. And Saul went to David, who was like a 14 or 15-year-old boy, shepherd boy, and was like, he started doubting him, like, yo, do you really think you could kill this guy? I don't think you can kill this giant. Even the armies are scared of this guy. Why do you think you can kill this giant? Who knows how David replied?
He said it's killed the lion and the bear.
100%. So he replied with proof. He replied with evidence. Saul, bro, you think I can't kill this giant? Bro, I've killed a bear, bro. I've killed a lion. You think I can't kill this joke, man? I can kill him. I can kill him. And he did it. Why? Because he had the proof. So if you lack confidence in a certain area, you need to do it while you're scared. You think he wasn't scared fighting the bear and the lion? When we read these things in scripture, we're like, oh yeah, he just fought the bear. Oh yeah, he fought the lion. Bro, I'll bring a bear in right now. Who's going to scrap him? Who's going to fight him? Everyone's going to run and we're going to break this window and fly out of it. Right? But He did it while he was scared. He did it while he was anxious. He converted that nervous energy into strength and power, and he overpowered the bear and the lion. And when it came to fighting Goliath, he's like, this is light work. The reason I'm able to pivot right now, even when I'm not fully prepared, and still speak to a crowd of people is because I've done that before. I've done it. I've forced myself to be in that situation. Just on Sunday, I went to a Romanian church. I don't know Romanian properly, and I still preached on a Sunday. And they didn't even tell me that I was meant to preach. They just called me up in the middle of the service, said, Patrick, come and preach. I had to translate my sermon into Romanian and read it off my phone. I forced myself to be in these scenarios. I could have said no. But I forced myself to be in places of pressure so I can handle it. And that's what you need to do in interviews. Now, practically, all this motivational stuff is good. Practically, what you need to do is, number one, get interviews. You can't get good at interviews if you don't have interviews to do. In order to get into interviews, you need to do outreach. How do you do outreach? This right here. I'm going to send all of you guys this. Start doing outreach every single day, at least 30 of these video outreaches. If you do 30 of these video outreaches a day, and you do this for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I don't care, you're going to land an interview. And if you don't land an interview, and you've done it for 3 weeks straight, without missing a day, I'll give you £150. I'm not joking. I'll give you £300. Any of you in this room right now who do every single day, 28 outreaches, 30 outreaches, video, selfie format, and you do that for 3 weeks, I'll give you £300. So if you want £300, you know what to do. If you don't land an interview. If you land an interview, then you'll make your £300. Right? On interviews, be confident, like you said. Have good posture. Actually do the outreaches to get the interviews. Secure as many interviews as possible. And then in this interview, ask them questions. You don't want to just sit there like a puppy and get questioned and get interrogated. You want to build authority by asking them questions too. By saying, look, I'm not just going to work with anyone. Yeah, I'm an appointment setter, but I'm going to give my time. My time is precious. My time is valuable. How much income have you made? How much are you making on a monthly basis? Show me how much you've made in the past 3 months, and has it been consistent? Those are the types of questions to ask. And if they can answer without mumbling, if they can answer and be like, we've made 60K last month, we're reaching 70K this month, next month we're on track to hit 100, so we need appointment setters. We need more appointment setters to handle this volume that we're getting. If they can answer directly, without mumbling, without waffling their way out of it, you know, okay, this is a guy that's serious. If he could show you receipts, this is a guy that's serious. You ask him, why are you hiring an appointment setter? Do you have appointment setters already? Okay, you have 2. Which one's doing better? Oh, well, one is making 5K, the other's making 1K. Okay, why? Why is he making 5K? Why is the other one making 1K? They're not doing the inputs. Okay, cool. How much is he doing? He's doing 200 outreaches a day. Okay, cool. I'll do 400. That's how you build authority. You ask them questions. You ask about their business. You ask what their employees are doing and what can I do better? What are their best performers doing and how can I double that? That's if they can give you the receipts that their business is doing well. And the most important thing is identity. This is arguably probably my most favorite verse in the Bible. This is the first thing that God said to humanity. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it, rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground. Right? And then in another version at the end it says, and have dominion. So in essence, what God is saying is be fruitful, do multiply, and have dominion. Everyone wants to have dominion. Everyone wants to have dominion over their finances, over their circumstances. Everyone wants to have dominion in their relationships, in their mental, in their physical. But how many people are multiplying? How many people are doing what it takes on a consistent basis in order to have that dominion in that specific area? Everyone knows the right way to get fit, right? If you ask anyone on the street, how do you get a great physique? What would they tell you? Workout, gym, eat the right foods, rest, sleep. But how many people actually have a great physique? Very few people. It's because people lack the accountability in order to implement, And number two, the systems that help them implement the right habits on a consistent basis. They rely on motivation instead of systems. In Atomic Habits, it says, people don't rise to the level of their goals, they fall to the level of their systems. So if you don't implement systems that help you do the right things on a consistent basis, meaning if I want to go to the gym at 7 a.m. every single morning, what am I doing the night before to prepare myself for that? So that even if I don't feel like it, I've made it easy for myself to do it. And I've made it hard to stay in bed and do the wrong thing. It's as simple as opening your curtain so the sunlight can come in. It's as simple as putting your phone across the room so you have to get up and turn the alarm on. It's as simple as taking your gym clothes and putting them there so that there's less friction, less barriers to you starting the thing that you want to start. And that applies to everything. It applies to scripture. Let's say you want to read the Bible every day for 30 days straight. The night before, open your Bible, put it on your desk to the exact page you want to start reading every single day. You just lowered the barriers to entry. Lower the barriers in every area of life. Make it easy for yourself. People don't want to do things that's hard. Do you want to do something that's hard? No. I guarantee that if I was charging £300 per seat, you guys would even be here right now, bro. But I made it free because I've lowered the barriers. I made it easy for you guys to turn up. That's what you need to do in every single area of your life. And that's how you do the right things consistently, through systems. If you look at the whole of Genesis, what's God creating? Systems. God created the heavens and the earth was formless and void. And darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. And God said, let there be light. And God saw that the light was good. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. Systems. And he says, and there was morning and there was evening with the first day. All of these things are systems. God was creating systems the whole of Genesis. So that's what you need to do. In order to do the right things consistently, so that you can have the result, have the dominion, have the 5 to 10K month, you need to make systems. But in order to even make these systems, there's a step before that. Being fruitful. It's your identity. It's how you perceive yourself. How do you change who you are? Because, for example, a footballer. What does his routine look like? Give me an example, like a high level, you're the perfect person. High level, top performing footballer, what does his routine look like?
Normally in the morning, obviously eat breakfast, etc. Training, gym, and it depends what day of the week. You have 1 to 2 rest days a week. But it's not actually as much as work, because people think it's more the quality of what they're doing.
Right. So basically, to summarize what you said, there's systems.
Yeah.
For everything. For eating, for sleeping, for training, for everything there's systems. Right? But another thing is that they actually see themselves as footballers. Like, I think a common thing in football is that you can be a great footballer, but if your confidence is low and you lack that self-belief, your performance can go down dramatically. Am I right?
Yeah, 100%.
There we go. It's the same thing in every realm of life. If you don't believe in yourself, okay, I'm not going to make this a believe in yourself type of speech. I'll tell you how to do it. I'll tell you practically how to do it. Top performer. You see this guy here that was making 224K a month? Where is it? Here. This guy. Do you know what he does every day? 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. He sits on the ground, crosses his legs, and focuses on his breathing. And he lets his thoughts pass by. Every single thought, positive, negative, he just lets them pass by as if it's just traffic. And then he rewires his thoughts. He focuses on himself having the outcome. He imagines himself at the point that he wants to be. He imagines his perfect, ideal dream life. And he feels the emotions of actually being there. He feels the emotions of being able to do the things he wants to do. I've seen the result of this. When I tell you, yesterday, I saw the result of this. Yesterday, bro. I was telling Barnabas earlier, it's yesterday that I've started to see the fruit of this online business stuff. Months and months ago, even a year ago, even 2 years ago, do you know what I was doing midnight in my room? Exactly what this guy is doing. And 2 years ago, I was midnight in my room, celebrating and laughing like a madman, while my parents had no work and they were struggling, and I was in the worst place possible, and I was alone. No one was chatting to me. No more girlfriend, no more friends, no more nothing. And I was laughing and crying in joy with happiness. Why? Because I was imagining myself taking my parents out to eat and paying for it. It's that simple, bro. And when I tell you, I was laughing. I was like, thank you, Jesus. I was imagining myself typing in the numbers for how much the bills cost and just sending it to my mom's card. boy, when I tell you I was laughing, bro. I was laughing like a madman. And guess what? Yesterday I did both of those things. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. His presence is right here. Thank you so much, Lord. I'm grateful for you. And you can do the exact same thing. If people in the world are doing that, you can do that as well. Because it's not something that God has just reserved for Christians. When Christians do it, Jesus is there. Like the same way Jesus is in this room, Jesus is there when Christians do it. When atheists do it, Jesus is not in the room, but they still see the result. Why? Because God gave all men dominion, like it says here. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful, and then have dominion. Every man has dominion. The Muslim has dominion. The atheist has dominion. Every single person. That's why you see them performing better than you. That's why you see them prospering. That's why you see every wicked man that does not care about the kingdom doing way better than you, have millions of pounds in the bank, and they're good, and they're retiring parents and all of that. That's why. Because every man has dominion. Every man has access to these things. But you're not applying them, bro. Why? You'd rather sit and scroll on TikTok instead of sit there and imagine your dream life and feel the emotions that you'd have if you were actually there. The same chemicals that are going to be released when you pay and retire your mum is the same chemicals that are in your body right now, bro. They can be released right now. And you have a time travel machine here, but you're not using it. You're filling it with nonsense. If you could just sit down in silence, turn the lights off, just sit down, breathe. Focus on your breathing. Like every doubt, every negative thought, the thoughts are saying, no, you can't do it. No, you failed at this, you failed at that, you failed at university, blah, blah. Just shut up. And you're imagining your dream life. You're imagining your parents retired. You're imagining every good thing you want from life. You're imagining the souls that are getting saved, the people that are inspired, the content that you're putting out, getting millions of likes and people just being like, well done, good job. You're imagining Jesus saying to you, well done, my good and faithful servant. You're imagining all of these things, and you're receiving the emotions that you'd receive on that day, at that time. Bro, there's nothing that will stop you. All of these millionaires, they'll tell you that before they had the millions, they were going to places like these 5-star hotel lounges, and they were buying these cigars, and they were buying these steaks when they couldn't afford it. Why? Because they understand that you can't desire what you've never tasted. How do people get addicted to drugs? They taste it first. You can't be addicted if you haven't tried it. And you can taste the life that you want now, bro. You can taste it. There's nothing stopping you from tasting it. In the physical and in the mental. You need to do it both. I started going to higher quality places. Bro, I ate at the Shard the other day. I've never eaten at the Shard, but now I want to eat again. Do you get what I'm saying? Now I want to see that view again. Now I want to stay at a nice hotel. Even being here, we're getting a taste of better things. Bro, these people see this stuff every day. We're not really used to that kind of stuff. But we're in a nice environment. Everyone's like done their part to try and like look nice. You know, we're in a nice professional setting. It's like we're getting used to the things that we want to taste. So even if you can't jump in a Lamborghini right now, if that's what you want, fine. Time travel. Close the lights, sit down, meditate. You're in the Lambo. You're hearing the rev of that V10 engine. You're like, yo, this is amazing. Yo, this is sick. And you do that every night. You think you won't have that Lamborghini. Kai, you will have that Lamborghini. You will have that Lamborghini because you can't desire what you've never tasted, you've never tried. And you can try it in your mind. You know when you have a dream and someone's chasing you and you're not feeling the emotions as if someone's actually chasing you. So you can apply the same thing. You can apply what Satan uses against you, and you use it for yourself. So now there's a decision to make. The decision is, are you actually going to take everything that you've taken from today, everything that you've heard, every principle that you've learned, and you're actually going to do something with it? And I could tell you what that looks like practically, because I've received so many of these talks in my life, but then no one tells you what to do practically. It's like, yeah, motivation, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. What I care is that you build systems. What I care is that you go home, or even on the way back on the train. Some of you have traveled far to be here, bro. Yeah? Even on the way back on the train, go on Google Calendar right now. Write down every single habit that a future version of yourself has. What do they do? How do they spend their time? How many times a day do they meditate and just imagine their dream life? On Google Calendar, write them down. I'll tell you how to do it even. Go to Google Calendar, press event, type in meditate for 15 minutes, set the time, set a 30-minute reminder beforehand, and then press repeat daily. It's gonna be there every single day. It's gonna send you a reminder. And I want you to do that. Close the lights, sit down, imagine, time travel. And then when you get the chance on the weekend, go out, eat somewhere nice. Oh no, like £50 on the meal. Oh, it's the end of the world. No, it's not. You just got on a taste of what you're gonna have in the future. That's it. That's the decision that you have to make. Build systems around all of this. If you want to start reading the Bible consistently, you want to start praying every morning, make it easy for yourself. Stop making it hard. The reason that it's so easy to just take your phone out of your pocket, sit down and just scroll for 10 hours, because it's easy. It's accessible. It's right here. It's easy. There's nothing stopping you. If I show you my phone right now, let me show you my phone, bro. This is what my phone looks like. That's how my phone looks. Google Calendar, Bible, WhatsApp, Instagram, ChatGPT, blah, blah, blah. No colors whatsoever. Because I know that colors make it hard for me to get off my phone. I know colors create dopamine. They cause dopamine to be released and it makes me want to stay. So I'm like, okay, forget you. I'm going to turn colors off. I'm going to make it easier for myself to get off this phone. What's the next thing? Let's say I try to go to Instagram. Oh, where is it? And I want to just scroll. I want to just take my mind off things and I just want to scroll. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. But there's this app called Opal, O-P-A-L. You download it and it does not let you access certain apps. Right, I can start the block right now. Look, now try to go to Instagram. Look, it says restricted. It doesn't even let me on it. If I try to go to TikTok right now, it's the exact same thing. There's TikTok. Doesn't let me go. I'm making it harder to do the wrong thing, and I'm making it easier to do the right thing. You want to read the Bible? Set the Bible up the night before. Set alarms. Set 10 alarms if you have to. Open the blinds. Make it easy for yourself. Just make decisions. Build systems. That's how God allows you to have success. Okay? Now, you guys have any questions about whatsoever, anything here at all, or how to implement something? I'm more than happy to go into detail.
Yeah, for the point on like the interviews, I was gonna ask if you don't have prior like experience with appointment setting, and they ask that of you, what's the way to go about that?
All right, cool. Something I tell everyone that I train, whether it's evangelists or appointment setters, is that nothing is a disadvantage. They need to see every quality of their life as an advantage. You look at Moses, yeah? Moses went to God, you're like, yo, you're sending me to the king of Egypt, the greatest king in the world. I can't even speak properly. God says, is it not I that causes the mouth to speak and the ears to hear? God is basically saying that, yeah, you think you're weak, but through that weakness, my power is shown. So you saying, okay, I don't have experience, like maybe I don't know how to do this outreach thing, or I don't know what to say. And you're talking about interviews in particular, right?
Yeah.
Cool. You're on an interview. What other things can you use to leverage the fact that you can actually provide them value? Because let's break appointment setting down. An appointment setter is someone that needs to be consistent, they need to be hardworking, they need to be organized, and they need to have a vision for themselves, some sort of vision for the future. Because no one has a dream to be an appointment setter. It's just a step towards whatever they want to do, all right? If you have those things already, you can demonstrate, you can back out your Google Calendar and show, bro, look, this is what I do on a day-to-day basis. Look, every single day, I study sales for 2 hours. I haven't paid for a mentorship, I haven't paid for a course, I haven't gone through mad training, but look, every single day I study sales for this much. I watch 10 sales calls, 10 role plays. You just demonstrate that you're doing more than any other appointment setter right now, and you can prove it to him. This guy's like, I'm taking this guy on, bro. I don't care if he hasn't done training. I'll train him. I'll tell him what to do. But this guy is dedicated. I want him on my team. You get it? So show him systems. Show him that you're doing what it takes already, meaning watching sales calls. Show him that you're watching sales calls. Show him that you're watching appointment setting training videos, because there's plenty on YouTube. Show him that you're having conversations, you're doing outreach, and you're actually getting responses from coaches. Show instead of tell. Because if you can get responses from coaches, you can get responses from his prospects. Show him that you're doing video outreach every single day. Yo, this guy's committed. He's been doing this for the past 3 weeks. Let me get him on my team. that simple. There's no training that can beat that. Any other questions?
As you said, I feel like sales is universal. So someone who's not specifically doing a point set, what would you recommend them to maybe not watch, but something that you've done yourself that you've learned or you've seen that you could tell the people here today?
As in, what could someone who isn't in sales apply from this?
Not in sales generally. Someone that's not in appointment setting or want to go into appointment setting, but just in general sales that you've learned yourself over there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've learned that how you're perceived probably matters the most, because you look at people who've done like the greatest scams or whatever, they've just managed to perceive themselves in such a way where it's so believable that, I don't know, whatever bank gave them however much they needed to give them. They've just worked so much on how they can be perceived, and then that's just led to overflow in so many areas. You look at some online coaches, they've worked so much on their personal brand, they've been so consistent with content that, bruv, they can collect hundreds of thousands and not even do proper fulfillment for the person, or just give them some generic advice and still make money, because they work so much on how they can be perceived. Selling is, there's a difference between convincing and persuasion. Convincing is getting you to do something that I want you to do for my benefit. Persuasion is getting you to do something that you already want to do for your benefit, for your reasons. So persuasion, like what you can apply, for example, is in, like, I don't know, content. Even content is selling. I'm sure you know that already. You're selling your ideas. You're selling you as a character, as a person, to be followed, to be worked with. So persuade them. Show them what value you can give them. Show them how you can help them get to wherever they want to already get to. Show them how you can help them implement what they already want to implement. Like I've been selling this whole time. You guys want to be consistent. Lift your hand up if you want to be consistent. Lift your hand up if you want to improve as a person. If you want to be confident in yourself. Everyone. So I've just showed you how to do that. I didn't tell you to want that. You wanted that when you walked in the room. But I gave you the vehicle. I gave you the device. I gave you the make it easier. So do the same thing. Through your content, through whatever you're doing. Just help people to reach their goals and make it easier for them. That's what I'd say. Anyone else? Any questions? Any thoughts? Okay, amazing. Yeah, I would leave it at that. If there is anything that you guys want or any questions that any of you guys in the room have, or even anyone watching this, you can just message me on Instagram. If you have my number, message me on WhatsApp, and I'll get back to you with anything that you need. If you've seen this and you decide that maybe you want help, implementation with getting into sales or appointment setting, just drop me a message. Just type masterclass and just send me that on Instagram, and then we'll have a conversation one-to-one, okay? But yeah, I appreciate all of you for coming. I appreciate you for watching this video, and God bless you all. I'm gonna end with a very quick prayer. Father in heaven, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything that you've done, Lord Jesus. I'm grateful for your mercy. I'm grateful for your goodness, Lord. I'm grateful that you've allowed this to be organized today, Lord. Right now, Father, we bow at your feet. We recognize you as the Master, the King, the Creator of all things, Father. We recognize that there is no other God but you, Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. And we recognize that you are present in this very moment. And though we are talking about business and sales and appointment setting and things that maybe other Christians will see as worldly, Father, let us shine. Let us be a light in this generation. Help us all to show people that you can move through whatever you desire to move through. You can be an example to many through whatever you desire to be an example through. We thank you, Jesus, for everything that you're doing, for every result that you will help all of these people to get. And I thank you in advance that you've helped them to build systems, to be consistent, to have fun with whatever they're doing and make it easy for themselves instead of depending on their discipline or their motivation. In Jesus' name, I'm grateful for all that you're doing. Thank you for your grace upon me, Father, and we give you glory. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. God bless you guys.